Hello and welcome to another episode of Kia Electric News. During the week I put out a video about how to avoid being trapped in your electric car. I had one of my viewers who it happened to on the actual day the video was released. I've pinned his comment to this video. Apparently, according to a thread on Kia EV forums, the US version of the EV6 does not have the deadlocking feature, which seems to be the cause of the issue. At the moment the issue could happen on EU or UK versions of the car. The video has generated a lot of discussion. One suggestion for a tool to break the window to escape that you can find in the car is to use one of the rear headrests using the two metal prongs. Other suggestions from comments are to leave your jump starter pack in the front storage and then open your bonnet, which you can still thankfully open with no power, and either call someone or stop a passerby and ask them to jump start the car. Now, that will get you 12-volt power back to get out the car. It's still unknown how the cars in my two examples became deadlocked when the 12-volt failed. As I show in the video, under normal 12-volt failure circumstances, you are able to open all doors from the inside with no problems. From the two cases I've seen in my video comments, the car was stationary with the occupants in it, and the 12-volt battery was failing or had failed when the car auto locks in deadlock mode. These cases should be reported to Kia UK, so at least they're aware of it and hopefully they can fix it. During the week, Kia Belgium released specs and prices for the Kia EV3. I converted these to pounds plus VAT to hopefully get a better idea of what we might be paying in the UK. All four trims have the long-range 81.4 kWh battery, which makes the starting price higher than it would have been if it was a 58 kWh battery. The starting price for the lowest Belgian trim is 34,536, topping out at 42,265 for the GT line. I hope UK prices pan out lower than this, otherwise this car is not really that affordable, although it's got a big battery. If only they'd used LFP batteries instead of NCM. Business trim starts at 34,536, Earth starts at 36,969, the Business Plus starts at 39,724, and the GT line starts at 42,265. Anyway, we eagerly await the UK pricing. Breaking news, one of my viewers, Observer72, left me a note in the comments to say that the Dutch EV3 prices and specs were released this afternoon, which is Friday the 12th of July, whilst I was editing this video. There are 5 trim levels: Air, Plus, Plus Advanced, GT line and GT Plus line. Air, Plus and Plus Advanced can have the 58 kWh battery option. The Plus model onwards are all V2X ready, that means they get V2L and the rest. Also, the base Air trim has no vehicle to load. Base price before VAT and subsidy in euros is 29,793. Converted to pounds, it's £30,000 and 21, which includes VAT, which is still quite pricey. This means that the 58 kWh version is £4,000 cheaper than the cheapest Belgian 81 kWh version, which is 34.5k. So how come a Hyundai Inster has vehicle to load in all trims at a lower price? This does not make sense. Again, I hope the UK prices and trim levels can improve on this. I said last week we might see the EV3 launched this week, but this seems to be a sporadic country by country EU release. So far there is still no official news on UK prices or battery sizes. Hopefully next week we shall see something. This week Cars in Korea YouTube channel did a detailed walk around of the new EV6 facelift, which is well worth a watch if you're interested in this. I'll put a link above. New Ioniq 5 facelift details have been released for the EU this week. I covered this in a previous episode when it was launched in Korea, but here are some of the extra details I've spotted. It will be available with 2 battery options, 64 kWh or 84 kWh. The smaller battery will offer 440 km range, which is 273 miles WLTP, or 570 km, which is 354 miles WLTP. The 10 to 80% charge time remains the same for both versions. 0 to 62 time for the all-wheel drive version is 5.3 seconds. As previously mentioned, it comes with a CCNC infotainment system. The top trim comes with a Bose sound system. It has full over-the-air updates for the drivetrain and infotainment. It has digital key 2. It has remote battery preheating, which is a good thing. Optional digital side mirrors. The car is slightly longer than the old version by 20mm. It has a new V-shaped bumper and a new aerodynamic rear spoiler. Pricing information is not yet available. This week, Hila TV YouTube channel has showed spy images of the camouflaged Kia EV2. This is reported to be an even lower cost EV than the EV3. It looks much bigger than I imagined. Carscoops reports that the upcoming Kia PV5 van has been spied next to a VW ID bus. The prototype was photographed in Germany, together with the similar sized VW ID bus and the slightly larger Hyundai Tyre, giving a good idea of its footprint. The electric Volkswagen measures 4.7 meters long, while the ICE-powered Hyundai stretches 5.2 meters long. The production models were likely used for benchmarking purposes, a common practice in the automotive industry. You already know that the Kia PV5 will be available in basic van and high roof versions, and chassis cab body styles made possible by the interchangeable upper body modules that we shipped in the form of standardized kits. These will be attached by mechanical couplings and electromagnetic fixture points, allowing owners to customize the PV5 according to their needs. Actually, I read that this body swapping feature wasn't coming until much later, but we'll see. All of Kia's purpose-built vehicles will ride on the ECCPM electric complete chassis platform module architecture. The company has yet to announce details about the specifications of the battery packs and the electric motors. I get asked regularly when the next Maps update is coming. This week I came across a post I saw on the EV6 subreddit that says that the new maps are coming in August. I asked the poster which region he was from, and he said Europe, and that information actually comes from Kia customer services apparently, so there you are. A new update has appeared on the Australian EV9 over-the-air site for the TPMS body control module update, which was previously released in America. Also, the same updates now available on the US over-the-air update site. In the US, the recent VCMS update has now come to the Ioniq 5 and 6 according to our Ioniq guy, which you can see in his video. I'll put a link in the description. So you'll get the same hopeful fixes on that. Also this week, a TSB has been released for some US Ioniq 5s 2026-2024 models that involves changing the tyre repair kit because it's leaking. Details as follows. Some 2023 to 2024 model year Ioniq 5s vehicles may have sealant leakage in the tyre mobility kit. The leakage may contaminate other parts inside the outside of the TMK bag. Follow the procedure in this bulletin to determine if the sealant is leaking and, if necessary, replace any parts that have been contaminated. If the sealant has not leaked, replace only the TMK sealant cap. Applicable vehicles, certain 2023 to 2024 model year Ioniq 5s produced between the 1st of the 6th 23 to the 29th of the 11th 23. Carscoops reports that Genesis has confirmed that the GV60 Magma launch will be next autumn in 2025. I think this is already rumoured, and that comes from Genesis itself. Genesis' hot new Magma EV will be based on the GV60 and possibly run on the Ioniq 5N powertrain. Electric reports that Hyundai has opened its order books in Korea for the Hyundai Casper, known as Inster in Europe. Hyundai opened pre-orders starting at just $22,800. That converts to around $17,620 before tax in the UK, becoming $21,144 including VAT. It's a good price if it remains like that, but we shall see. Also on the subject of the Casper and Inster, Hyundai Korea has released some new promo videos on its YouTube channel, showing off features such as vehicle to load to the rescue, Busan Motor Show test drives, and one that involves a kitten in the car. God knows. Anyway, that's all for this week. Thanks for all the likes and comments, and thank you to my channel members for their support. As usual, links to all stories and videos can be found in the extensive show notes in the video description. Thank you for watching.